So I do $305 for that if you're interested in selling that. Oh, you good?
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, I'm interested.
All right. What can I do for you?
Are you the son?
I am.
Okay. I've seen you one time before when I was in here.
Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad's in Hawaii right now. So he's not here.
Well, I hope he stays safe.
Yeah, they're in Honolulu, not Maui. You trying to pawn it or sell it? Do you want to pawn it and get it back, or do you just want to sell it?
Sell it.
Sell it? Did you have a number in mind?
No. Yeah, 500.
500?
No.
For that one, I do 200 on it.
200.
200 on that one.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm partially deaf. 200?
Yeah.
I need to sit down.
Is that shocking?
Yes.
It just goes off weight and we'll carry it.
I'm headed to the grocery store, so that's... Thank you.
Oh, that's good. This one too. I didn't know if you were mad at me or happy with me.
I could hug you.
That one's 105.
Now, are you allowing just for the gold in that ring, with that stone and diamonds?
So mainly pawn shops is gonna go off the gold in it, unless it's like a big like carat or half carat or something like that. Because we can't never get like what KZOO or something like that gets. So mainly all pawn shops are gonna go off the gold unless it's some like crazy diamond or something like that. But when they're just smaller like that.
Well, what would you do? Turn around and offer it for sale?
Yeah, I'd put it out for sale for a little bit, and hopefully it would sell. I'd have to clean it up and try to sell it.
Because I've hardly wore it.
Yeah, I mean it's nice.
And this watch, Citizen, excuse me, I've had about 25 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't been worn that much. It just needs a battery.
Yeah, watches are tough for me. We don't really take them unless they're like Rolex or Breitling or something like that. Really, just like as you see, I don't have any in there because watches are just tough for us to sell.
So you're not interested in it?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Well, good, because I still am.
Yeah, that's good then. Yeah. So I do $305 for that if you're interested in selling that. Oh, you good?
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, I'm interested.
All right. You have an ID with you?
Let's make a deal.
Make a deal?
Yes. Don't forget this.
Oh yeah, it's my keys.
And your phone.
Yep.
This watch is kind of sentimental. I got it at JCPenney at Eagle Ridge Mall, and those days are gone.
Oh yeah, a long time ago. JCPenney's isn't even in there anymore. No, it's not even in there anymore.
No, and Dillard's.
Yeah, that mall's struggling. Did you meet my dad at a yard sale, or did you come in here? Did you meet my dad at a yard sale, or did you come in here?
No, from research on you.
Okay.
Online about your store, and the MJ is your name and your dad's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in here before, and I asked you if you were the son or the...
Okay. Yep.
Is he on vacation?
Yeah, him and his sisters and their wives and husbands went on vacation to Hawaii
Golly.
for a week. Yep.
you aren't going to be able to stand being around him when he gets back. His head's going to be so big.
Yeah. So this one's yours. It's your copy. And then you got 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, and I owe you $5 more. And there's the 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you bringing it by.
Well, I appreciate your business.
Yep.
You're my favorite.
We appreciate it.
I only live right down 6th Street, so you're very convenient.
Not too
I mean, your
far.
business is, not
Yeah.
you. All right, love.
All right. Well, take it easy.
Well, you too. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too. So first things first. The first question I want to answer that a lot of people ask me was that Woody incident real? I swear to you guys on everything, I've never put anything on here to lie or anything like that on the channel. That 100% was real. Like I said, it was one of the craziest things that ever happened to me. It was just super strange. And in the last video, I had a lot of people asking about question and answers, so I said if y'all throw out some questions, I'll pick 3 questions and I'll answer them. I tried to pick one about the pawn shop, one about reselling, and one that was kind of personal. So the first question, the most question that was asked of any of them was, how did we get in the pawn shop? How much does it cost to get in the pawn shop? Basically was a lot of questions. So first, how we got in the pawn shop was, I worked for Walmart Warehouse, and my dad worked for Walmart Warehouse for a long time. He worked there for almost 20 years. I was there for 7, and then I left, and I went to the fire academy and did the firefighter thing for a little time. Loved the firefighter aspect, but the medical part, it just wasn't for me. Seeing kids like that, medical stuff. If it was just fire and you had to get on the engine and fight fires, I'd probably still be doing it to this day, but the medical part, I just didn't like it. Them guys don't get paid enough. In my opinion, they're not respected enough, because every single day you go to work, you're going to somebody's worst day of their life. So it's a hard life to, juggle the two. After I did that, I went to Pepsi Warehouse for a little bit. I had a friend of mine that worked there, got me on with a pretty good job there. But the 9 to 5 thing, and the clocking in, was just never my thing. My grandfather was an entrepreneur his whole life, and I think it was just in my blood. My dad was kind of at the end of his Walmart thing and was over it. I had been over it and wanted to do our own thing, so I kind of talked him into opening the pawn shop. My dad had bought and resold on eBay his whole life, well, probably for 20 or 30 years before we started this. And then I did it a little extra on the side with money, so we just kind of figured, let's go into full-time reselling. Let's open a pawn shop. That'll get stuff coming in. It'll get another income on the pawn side. And it kind of worked out for us. We kept our overhead low, which was, I think, one of the most important things for us. Our shop is small relatively to a lot of the pawn shops. And the other part of the question that everybody wanted to know was, what does it cost to start up? So it's hard to say really, because it depends on your personal situation. My dad was in a really good financial situation. I had a house that I had sold to kind of like get going in this, to have some money to sit on. So it kind of depends on, how much money you're going to need going forward, because in the beginning you're not going to make a whole lot. You're going to start out as a new business. A lot of people's not going to know about you. The other thing is too, people don't realize, you could loan out $2,000, or you say you could loan out $1,000. Well, they could not make a payment on that $1,000 for 2 months. So 2 months you're out $1,000. Say they make a payment on it, $200, $250. They can do that 4 or 5 months before you even get your $2,000 back. So putting out $1,000, you could be sitting on that for 6 months before you'll start to see a profit on it. So it really just depends. I would say if you're starting out small, if you're by yourself, if you don't have a lot of bills, maybe $100,000 would be a good number to throw out there. It kind of all depends on, what kind of overhead you plan to have, and your personal situation of how much money you're going to need would be what I would say is a big determining factor. So the second question was, what's the hardest thing about reselling, and what mistakes are beginners likely to make? So for me, I would say the hardest thing about reselling for new people would be what to buy, maybe. And what to buy and shipping, really. So what to buy, I say that because I've always tried to reiterate on this channel, and one reason I started this channel was to show really how to buy and sell on eBay, because a lot of what you see isn't, ways to really make money, I would say. If you're buying, of course there are 1 in 1,000 stuffed animals you'll see that might be worth $50 or something, but if you're buying like stuffed animals and salt and pepper shaker and knickknacks and stuff like that, you're going to get out of reselling real fast, because those items, there's not a lot of profit in them. So getting out, paying for this expensive gas, how gas is now, getting out, spending your time, shipping. When you go out all day and you buy these things and you're making $5 profit, $10, $8, it's just not going to be worth your time. So I tell people, think outside the box. And you see me on the channel, I only try to, when I go yard selling, I only really swing for the fences. I'm looking for them $100 items, $50 items, $200 items. That's what I look for, and I say that's the best way to make more profit, and it's going to keep you interested in reselling more, because the excitement of finding that item where you're going to make that big profit, and when you do, it's going to feel good. It's not like you bought a salt and pepper shaker for 50 cents and you sold it for $9.99, and by the time you shipped it, you made $7. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. So, and then the other thing I would say is shipping, is knowing ways to ship stuff. I've talked to people that go and buy like a pot set, like for cooking, and then they sell it for $100, but they don't realize it costs $40 to ship that to California. So it's just, when you're out there, you got to think about what you're buying, how you're going to ship it, and just think outside the box. I tell people, think of things you don't see at Walmart, or just unique things that, if I had to buy this thing, where would I buy it? And eBay is, an item where you is a place where you would have to buy that item. So it's going to, make it more valuable that you can't walk in Walmart and buy that. So the last question, I tried to pick one that was a little personal. So this one is, if you had not gotten into the pawn business, what would you be doing today? And in other words, what is your second career choice? So, like I said, I started out at Walmart warehouse, worked there for like 7 years, did the firefighter thing, fire academy, the EMT thing. And like I said, if that would have just been on an engine and fighting fires, I'd probably still be doing it to this day. But when it came to the medical part, I didn't like it at all, really. It just wasn't for me. And I'm not a type of person that just can't see blood or nothing like that. It's just hard to put into words. It just really wasn't for me. Then, like I said, I went to Pepsi for 3 or 4 years. I was there, worked at Pepsi, and Pepsi was a good company to work for. I don't really have no complaints about them. They pay well. Even the work is hard. I worked in sales. I worked in the warehouse. I worked in sales. You can move around. It was pretty good. But if I hadn't started the pawn business right then, I was playing a lot of poker. So I was taking shots at poker and tournaments and stuff. So, if I wouldn't have opened that, I want to say maybe I'd be playing poker more full time, something like that. I just never been a person to like be on a clock. I just didn't like it. From day one, I hated it. It just wasn't for me. So when I started talking to my dad and we started talking about things to do, I kind of talked him into doing this. And, it's kind of been a blessing, because since we opened this shop from day one, yeah, we struggled in the beginning. Every business is going to have its struggles, and it's going to have its times where you have to put in your work. But I can honestly say, from the time we've opened up this shop, I don't really feel like I've worked a day in my life. And clocking in at the warehouse was hard to do every single day. Getting up in the morning, going there, it was tough. But ever since I've been doing this, I just really feel like I really haven't worked a day in my life. So I'm really appreciative to what my dad trusted in me and put some money behind me, and I put some money up, and we just kind of did our thing, and it's worked out well for the both of us. And I think he would say the same. I would ask him right now, but he's actually in Hawaii on vacation. So I think he feels the same way. And I had a friend of mine reach out to me the other day, and we were talking business and stuff, and he was talking about things to do. And a lot of people, you can't mix passion with money, because sometimes your passion won't make money. But then also you got to be passionate about what you do. So there's like a fine line of what you can, the balance of which one you need to pick. And, if you're thinking about starting your own thing, you know, the financial part has to be make the most sense overall, or you might be out a lot of money. So I want to appreciate y'all for all the questions you asked. Like I said, I'm going to I could only answer those questions. There were so many good questions I wish I could answer on here, but I don't want to take up everybody's time. I'm going to go and I'm going to respond to a bunch of them, but like I said, my dad's not been here for the last week and I've been kind of busy, so I'm going to try to get to everybody that asked a question. Once again, I appreciate all the questions. There were some really great ones, and I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody's. Good morning. How's it going?
Going good. How about yourself?
Good. How's it going?
Good.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you know if does this camcorder work?
I don't know.
Oh.
We bought it at an auction yesterday. I would say if you want to plug it up and take a look, we can do that. Yeah, we got it on there.
It's $10.
Yep.
So I'll take a chance on it for $10. You buy like storage units or all that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Somebody had a ton of shoes.
835 pairs.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They all the same thing or all different?
Same style, different colors. So there's 4 different colors, but they're all
Dang.
that style. And we're selling them for $7 a piece. They retail for $40.
How much is the jewelry, like the earrings and stuff?
What, $1 a piece? 50 cents? 50 cents. You can get all those You didn't want 'em.
There you go.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So these earrings, they look gold just looking at them. I don't have a loop with me. I don't know if they are or not. But if they are, it's a good 6 grams. So the last thing we have to get to is the Friday giveaway. If you're new to the channel, every Friday I give something away usually. Right now we're giving 10 20ths away. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, I had 10 of these. I'm giving them away every Friday. I think I have 4 or 5 more. I have to look, and I'm not sure how many weeks we've been doing this, but if you comment on the video, like the video, and be subscribed, that gets you in the drawing. A lot of people ask me, how do you get in? How do you get in? Like, comment, subscribe. That gets you in the drawing. I pick a comment every week out of the video. So here we go. We have the link to the video, filter duplicate users, get the comments. I don't know how many there were this week. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 860. So we're going one winner. Here we go. Ron Gross. So Ron Gross, if you have Instagram, message me on Instagram right here. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me. If you don't, leave me a comment. I'll see it. I'll eventually get to it. Like I said, I've been busy right now, but Instagram's the easiest way to get in contact with me. So once again, I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all Wednesday.